If you're using a Sound Devices MixPre or a professional level sound recorder for your videos, the files come in a little bit different than you'd expect, and I want to show you how to work with them. So when you load them into your video editor, you might just see them all on one track. So you can see in the Finder here, I have T044 as the audio file, and then I dragged it in and I synced it up with the footage here. So of course we can hear the camera audio.
You're still going to see progress because 90%.
And we are working with a sound recorder device because we know we can get better audio with the mics isolated.
But like, have one slice of cake, not half of the sheet cake.
It looks like one audio file, but there's actually 4 different channels. So right here, you can see this is the stereo channel that came from the camera, which we've muted, or we'll turn it down right here. And then if we click on this, we'll see that there's 4 different channels in the one track, and it automatically gives you the option. Premiere and DaVinci will work similarly, but there's usually an option to cleanly show one channel and then still keep the other 4 channels alive. And this is really important if you're hiring a sound designer or a post audio mixer like myself, because what they want is all of the files. In Pro Tools, I've pulled them in right here, and you can see there's the mix left and the mix right, which is the sum of both microphones in the way the recorder was hearing it. If you're working with a location sound recordist, that's how they mixed it and listened. And then you have your isolated files. I didn't rename these for this particular shoot, but this is channel 1 in A5, and this is channel 2 in A6. And so this is my voice, options, embrace limitation, these are all kind of thing. And then this is my buddy Joe's mic.
Amino acids, your body cannot function.
So if I'm going to later on do any voice repair or mic fixing, I'm going to want these separate channels to treat them differently or make sure they're phase matched. But if you're just doing a quick edit for yourself, or you just need to get the process going, or you're an assembly editor, you want to leave everything in place as much as possible. This preserves the metadata for any recuts or anything down the line, especially if you're working in like a high-end video situation. But if you're a creator and you're making your own videos, you can be a little bit flexible with this workflow depending on what works for you. So back in Final Cut, we can choose, and whether it's like Premiere and DaVinci are the same, I would recommend if you're going to do the audio yourself, you might just want to pull from the isolated tracks. So you'll mute the mix left and the mix right, and then just use the individual audio files together. So yeah, if you're using a professional sound recording device, you're going to get 2 mix tracks, which is stereo left and right, and then you're going to have all your ISO tracks, which are the individual channels isolated. In your edit, you're going to want to preserve all of those as much as possible. There's metadata in the files too. But if you can get used to working with them all in your timeline, that'll give you the most flexibility when it comes to post audio. If you found this helpful, there's another video you might like right here. Thanks.